One cannot simply choose the best anime.
Well, today we are, bitch.
Anime of the Year has been a debated topic since the internet started paying attention to seasonal anime. And as for me,
as you can see here, Odd Taxi should have won Anime of the Year 2021. I mean, just with the hidden messages, detailed nuance, and just expert writing of Otakawa's character alone, Odd Taxi should have easily dominated that year. So, do you understand now? Okay, but Attack on Titan still won.
I need you guys to understand that this is no simple task. But as your residential seasonal anime watcher, I slaved away all year, did copious amounts of research. I dug into the darkest corners of the interweb anime space to give you guys the 5 best anime of the motherfucking year.
Okay, I just wanted to talk about my favorite shows.
This year was crazy good and one of the best times to be an anime fan. I feel like I've said this at least 4 times already. There was something for every type of anime fan this season, and that's something we rarely get out of a year of anime, much less a single season. You got anime movie fans gushing over one of the most anticipated anime movies of the decade. When the trailer dropped, everyone and their waifu knew this was gonna be it. This was going to be the anime movie we needed. I think you already know I'm talking about Bubble. Bubble, you know, the Gannett Urobuchi movie, everyone was hyping up the animation team. Have we already forgotten about Bubble? Okay. The Odd Taxi, Takagi-san, and Kaguya-sama movies also came out this year. Also, SAO! It's good, guys. It's good. I read the manga. It's good. I hope.
Honestly, as far as anime movies go, Netflix released a bunch of movies that look the fucking same, but I am excited for the new Shinkai film whenever they release it in the US.
Trash anime fans got a heaping plate of shit because Buchigiri and Yudai Deko were just the right amount of disappointment to warm their soggy, wet appetites. I promise I'll get better at writing these scripts. The continuations. Oh, the continuations. We got Made in Abyss Season 2, which solidified the show as an anime masterpiece.
If you are not watching these children suffer, what are you doing with your life?
Attack on Titan, the final season, part 96, dropped at the start of this year, solidifying its claim to the anime throne. Kneel before the king.
Yes, your grace.
I finally watched Game of Thrones this year. Bleach finally came back looking like someone cleaned the old anime with some bleach and gave us this new one. Hahaha, get it? No, wait, I can do better. I can do better! Bleach came back from the grave, and the studio must have heard all the slander over the years because they're really giving their all with this one. This is the Bleach we always needed. I mean, you guys slandered Bleach so hard that Kubo himself came into the anime production to make sure everything was even better than the manga.
Are you winning, son?
So in hindsight, all the bullying Bleach fans went through was worth it. My Hero dropped its yearly season, and contrary to everything manga readers say,
this is one of the best seasons of My Hero. Fight me.
Netflix finally stopped beating the shit out of the JoJo fandom and released all of part 6, and I just want to say, I may not be caught up, but this has to be one of the worst things Netflix has done to any anime fandom.
You did that to yourself. To Your Eternity, Little Miss Controversy, Golden Peak, Kamui, Classroom Toxicity, Dungeon Tinder, McDonald's Devil, Children Suffering 2.0, Not the One You Think, and Iki. Tosin, what are you doing there? All made their returns to the anime scene. But the one I want to discuss the most is
Mob Psycho finished off an incredible story, and it was sad to see it go, but boy did I enjoy the journey.
Honestly, Mob is one of those anime that transcends both genre and demographics. Even my friends that don't like Battle Shonen love Mob. It's just a great show and one of those anime that brings the community together. And you can't say that about too many anime.
Thank you, Mob. You will be missed.
Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room. To classify as anime of the year, you have to, well, come out this year. So that means no season 2s, no season 3s, no part 6s, and no movies from pre-existing franchises. Reboot count though. No, guys, come on, don't leave. At least stay for the video.
Stay? Don't you think you've done enough?
But I love you guys.
That's what you always say. If you haven't realized by now, this year is packed, but only 5 shows can stand at the top of this list. And this list was really hard for me because I had about 8 shows that I thought deserved to be up there.
But enough of those painful memories. The list is done, and now it's time to get to...
When I think of anime as an art form and not just entertainment, I tend to think of specific shows. Shows that are able to break away from the current trends and carve their own identities in this widespread community. Whether that's with a gorgeous soundtrack like your boy Kang Ming had, most of the songs were instantly added to the playlist.
In the season when everyone was talking about how great Spy X Family was, your boy Kang Ming said, hey, how about we tell a story about a struggling artist? And as a struggling artist myself, I felt that shit.
Or what about the artistic setting of Raven of the Inner Palace? No, I am still not over Jusetsu's character design, but the world is filled with so much interesting lore that I just have to keep watching. But sadly, while good, these 2 gems didn't really make the cut for the number 5 spot. I really wanted to give this spot to Dance Dance Dansuru, you know, the gender role breaking show that tells an amazing story about following your passions and dreams. If you're a Haikyuu fan, you'll love this anime. But sadly, I couldn't give Dance Dance Dansuru the 5th spot either. Instead, the 5th spot had to go to even better underrated gem, that being... Forgot about this one, huh?
If I were to describe this show, I would say it's an animated painting. Airing in the same season as Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer, this show was literally beaten into the ground by the sheer hype of its rivals.
But its quality and story stuck with me way longer than anything that season. Based on actual Japanese history, a book published in 1956 and animated by the same studio that gave us Devilman Crybaby, this anime tells the story of 2 warring Japanese clans and a young girl who can see the future, as she struggles with trying to change it in order to save her loved ones. And the truth of the matter is, she can't. It's a beautiful tale that explores a very deep message. What do you do when the people you love the most are destined to die simply by being born into the wrong family? How far would you go for power, and is it even worth it in the first place?
All of this accompanied by one of the most stylistic anime of the year. The Heike story is a truly underrated gem and one of the anime you have to watch from 2022. Slice life, romance, and comedy anime killed it this year. You know, I need a break from the action sequences and political stories just to have fun with my anime, and to see some of my favorite anime characters, well, live a little.
Whether that is navigating the bonds of love as we see in Shikimori, this anime got a lot of unnecessary hate, but don't let the crowd fool you. They just don't like to see their anime characters winning at life, at least not without the struggle. It's a cute show about a cute couple doing cute things, and it was definitely outshined by My Dress-Up Darling, another cute show about an instant anime waifu who's also a weeb and gets half naked while dressing up like different anime characters, and it's also a romance. You can see why this show is popular. But even that was outshined by Kaguya-sama, the master of comedy. And wait a minute, Kaguya-sama counts as a continuation. Okay, what about Kunoichi Tsubaki? Good show, but why did they have to be lollies? Daemon? Cute show, but kind of the same as Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting. Both are great, but not really standout titles. Do It Yourself, Kotaro Live Alone, Love After World Domination. Great, great, great. No, no, no. What about the shonen romance scene? Clearly one of them has to take the number 4 spot. All good shows. I mean, each of these titles finally made those diehard shonen fans take a break from the gym and cry a little. Komi brought the awkward silence, Call of the Night brought the vibes, and Romantic Killer brought nothing. Because no one fucking watched it.
It was trash anyway.
Even Akebi Sailor Uniform set a new standard for just how good slice life anime can look. But the one that stood above them all, the one that was even more relatable than Komi's social anxiety, was without a doubt
Bocchi has taken over the anime community by just how awesome and endearing our main character is alone. I mean, we are literally watching a socially awkward girl whose only desire in life is to get as much clout as humanly possible. If that's not peak entertainment, I don't know what is.
Put that with an awesome soundtrack and animation that shows the studio is clearly having fun while making this, and you have the best slice life anime of 2022. And it shows by how seemingly out of nowhere this show became a hit. Why?
Because it resonates with the soul of the anime community. It's not a big action fest. It's not the next big romance. It's not a well-detailed plot. It's good, inspirational fun that simply entertains. If you have not given in to the Bocchi hype, give in. Bocchi is awesome.
Here's where I began to struggle. A little.
Because there are so many good shows left and not enough slots.
Like Akiba Maid Wars, the dark comedy that you need to watch, especially if you're a fan of stupid, funny premises. Or you're a Gintama fan. Or the actual good isekai we got this year, like The Executioner and Her Way of Life, an isekai about ending isekai. Or Uncle from Another World, a show that I didn't really find funny at all. And then there's...
Get out of this video. You're not supposed to be here. You literally watched all our episodes. That says nothing. Actually, that says quite a lot about you. And you can't forget about Cyberpunk Edge Runners, the show that single-handedly revived a tarnished franchise. This one was a hard one to cut out because if this was a top 6 list, then Edge Runners would definitely be a shoo-in. I even slept on it and then woke up and told myself, nah, I just liked other shows better. Still, Edge Runners is definitely top 10 of 2022.
But in all honesty, I was gonna give this spot to Summertime Rendering, a show that would have garnered a lot more attention if Disney wasn't a bitch. This anime told a pretty good story filled with mystery, lore, and some of the greatest action sequences animated this year. But there was one show that beat it by a long mile, and that is...
The Gundam franchise dropped an absolute banger of an anime, and one that I think even non-Gundam fans will enjoy.
You know those anime that put you in a world, tie you to a group of characters, and takes you on a journey that has you stop going outside just so you can see the next episode? I'm envious of the people who haven't watched it yet because I wish I could binge it for a first-time viewing. It feels like an already established world, as if this is the second season of an anime you previously watched. But no, that's just how good the writing is. Characters that you thought you knew become way more complex. The beacon of hope that you thought you had actually treads on the morally gray line. This show gets you thinking, and that's something that most anime, even outside of this year, struggled to do.
Gundam the Witch from Mercury was just a lovable surprise because it took me back to the days where I was just scouring the internet and I just happened to stumble upon peak fiction. Okay, popular anime time. I had basically talked about every show I watched this year that's worth a damn.
But the two most anticipated anime that are in this video are
these two. And so, I'm just gonna say it right now. One of these two is gonna get the number 2 spot. And it's Spy X Family. Come on guys, like you didn't see that coming. Get your hand away from that mouse.
Chainsaw Man is great, and the anime is making me bump that 7 out of 10 score I gave the manga to a solid 8 or 9 out of 10 depending on the episode. It has a more coherent story, and it's definitely a lot deeper of an anime than Spy X Family ever will be. But it doesn't have my heart. Binging the manga and the anime of Spy X Family is one of the greatest binges of my life so far. I laugh my ass off, I shed a tear, and I smile with every page.
This might be a personal bias, and it kind of is, this is my video, but Spy X Family's production quality also matches Chainsaw Man.
Sure, we don't have 12 different endings, but the cuts of Yor taking Anya's clothes to school or Lloyd playing tennis are animated just as perfectly as Kobani finally silencing her haters.
Chainsaw Man is your anime of the year. Trust me, I get it. I get it. But for me, I have to give it to the anime that turned the manga that made me feel at home into one of the most popular animated franchises of the year. We've reached the top, the tippity top. So who am I gonna give anime of the year to? It was tough. It was really tough. But it wasn't that tough. Going into this video, I knew that my number 1 was...
Licorice Recoil, baby! Anime of the year has never been so clear. Bars. There wasn't a single anime that I was more excited to watch each week, not a single anime that had the obvious best girl of the year, and not a single anime that formed such a dedicated fanbase with no prior existing manga or light novel. That's right folks, this is an anime original and boy was it a good one. It hit every beat, from action, drama, slice of life, mystery, and maybe romance if us shippers are lucky. Is it perfect? Of course not. But my god, can you feel the love the team put into this one? Seriously, look at the production for this anime. They really focus on every little detail. Nothing and I mean nothing, stopped me from rushing home to watch this every Saturday.
Now, as you can see here, you can stand between a man and his values, but you cannot stand between a weeb and his anime. I gotta write this down. This guy's a gold mine.
Now, why is this my number one? Because of the pure energy this show gives me. The main character has one of the most intriguing personalities I've seen in a while. The main duo's chemistry is just insanely fun to watch. The action is on point. I didn't even know gunfights could look this cool. Instead of just shooting at each other, we get run, jump, or roll, or whip out pistol, bang, 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 bang. Dodge, hit door, bang, bang, bang. Swoop! Caught you slacking. You thought you had me, chief. All in all, what I'm trying to say is this show has personality. And out of all the good shows to come out this year, for an anime original to establish itself this much in not just the minds of seasonal watchers, but the anime community itself, is pretty fucking cool.
Like it, hate it, or be smart and love it, it doesn't matter, because Licorice Recoil is my anime of the year.
And finally, a final message to not just this year of anime, but to you, the audience.
Should old acquaintance be forgotten and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgotten and old anxiety?
This year of anime has its ups and downs, its hits and its misses, but I don't think I'm alone when I say that this year of anime will not soon be forgotten. The fact that you're still watching this video and made it this far in means this year of anime had some impact on you as well. So, here's 2022, a generation-defining year for the community. May 2023 be even better. Happy New Year, and as always, my friends, thank you so much for watching. I'm RJ Lane, and this has been On the Rise.